You, Katie. Oh, good, you're muted. Everybody's muted. Hey, Grady, thanks for coming. So super exciting stuff. Kimmy doesn't know it, but she's going to talk a little bit about her experience in DC. For those of you guys that don't know, so Jordana was supposed to be on our team call tonight. She actually had a last minute personal family thing come up. So we're going to have her hopefully next Monday. But the first thing to know from Super Sunday or Super Weekend, I'm so bad at this, is Morning Meltdown's coming in July. So it'll be launching right after Summit when we go to Indianapolis. So for Grady and Kimmy, we have our annual coach conference. You guys have probably seen tons of my pictures. It is so fun. Katie's going for her first time this year. A lot of our coaches are going. There's probably like 15 to 20 of us. And it's a 3-day conference in Indianapolis, which I was like, I don't know about Indy, but we went last year and it was so fun. Like, it's my 5th coach summit. So we've been to Nashville, New Orleans, and now Indy. I feel like I'm missing somewhere. I think that's right. Yeah. 2 in Nashville, New Orleans, Indy. Yeah. So, it's awesome. All the trainers are there. You get live workouts. The whole team gets to meet each other. It's a real like personal growth experience. And even if you aren't sure what your plans are for the summer, like highly recommend getting there. That's the reason that our team exists, is because I went to my first coach summit and I literally didn't have a place to stay. I didn't have my ticket bought till 3 weeks beforehand, which I would not recommend. But I had so much FOMO seeing that so many other people were going that I was like, I just got to go there. I don't know why. I feel like it's on my heart. And I'm just really
Rachel freaking Hollis.
Yes, Rachel Hollis will be speaking at our coach summit as well. She'll be there live. Thank you for that reminder. There's so many things that's like hard to even keep up with. But the biggest piece of advice I can say is get your booty there, and we can talk about it in our message pods or one-on-one as well. But that is the best event of the year because everybody goes together and all of our team comes from all over the country together. So highly recommend it. So Morning Meltdown is the brand new program from Jericho that will be launching at Summit. So you guys will probably get a sneak peek of what's to come. We do a huge super workout. So they shut down like the entire main street of Indianapolis. And it's just like blocks and blocks and blocks of people working out together and all these teams. And it's just like such a powerful experience. And it reminds me that we are so much like Beachbody is so special, and it's a community that I'm proud to be a part of and so unapologetic about sharing. So highly recommend that. And then after Summit, they're actually going to be launching a brand new apparel line. So this has never been done before. A lot of times at Summit, there's this big store called The Core, and they only sell specific apparel. Like I have Beachbody sneakers. They've never been sold anywhere else but Summit. And now after Summit, they're going to go on the website, hey Bree, and everything will be 20% off for coaches, obviously, and you guys will get commission on them and volume on them. So that is like baller for us to have that opportunity. I mean, I know Bree has tons of Beachbody apparel, and I do as well. And it's probably some of my favorite. And I'm a big Lululemon lover, and obviously Lily, but it's amazing. They showcased actually some of it on the cruise. Jericho had some of it, and it has like gold striping on the leggings, like super cute. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, and then something else they said at Super Weekend was a new nutritional product will be launched at Summit. So let the guessing games begin. I have no freaking clue what it's going to be. But as you guys have seen, and I've posted, hopefully you've seen, they're finally launching new vegan Recover. So we've never had a vegan Recover. And this is going to be huge for people that have dairy or gluten allergies and have struggled with not being able to use the regular Recover. So I know my vegetarians are really excited about that. And that's something that you guys can share unapologetically, because it is the really, like, they've been talking about doing it since they launched the performance line, which has now been about almost 3 years. And they weren't going to put it out until it was really, truly ready and good quality stuff. What else? Okay. The last thing about Summit that they talked about at Super Weekend was there's 3 different tracks, just so you guys know, for Summit. So for the new coaches on here, basically at Summit, based on your rank in the team, and you guys will learn this as you go through your training, you have different tailored workshops for where you are in the business. So if you're a newer coach, you're going to be paired up with other newer coaches, which is awesome. And you're really just going to be focusing on Success Club and understanding the basics of the business. For diamonds, and so that's for rubies and below. For diamonds and 1-star, you'll have a training on duplication and growing your team. So that's a great opportunity for you guys to push to diamond in the next month and make it happen, because there's no reason you can't. It is not hard. It is a decision, and it's helping 8 people. It's not hard, guys. And then the last workshop, which I will be in and you guys can totally still push for, is 2-star diamond. And that's with all of the leaders in the company. So I'm excited always to go to those workshops and be a student. That's really what Summit's about. Learn and grow and see how you can serve people with the amazing opportunity that we have as coaches. What else? Any other announcements, Bree, that I missed? I know you got in late. What I kind of wanted to do, and I don't know where Audrey is. I was hoping she was going to be on tonight. But what I actually wanted to do is open up the floor. So Kimmy is a brand new coach. She went to Super Weekend this weekend for the first time. And if you would be open to, I'd love for you to just get on and share a little bit about Super Weekend and your experience there. So she was with Chris Downing and she met other coaches from our larger team. And I just think it's so great that you can plug in to our community anywhere and just share a little bit about yourself so they can get to know you.
Hi, I'm Kimberly. I live in DC, so I live in Arlington right now. And I just joined and decided to be a Beachbody coach last week. And I went to Super Weekend, which was really exciting. I had a lot of fun. Of course, it's a little bit overwhelming because I don't understand all of the stuff, Star Diamond, Emerald, but I'm learning. And I really enjoyed meeting the other coaches there and learning about the products. And I really loved the workout. It was a lot of fun. So thank you.
Tell us a little bit about like what you do for work and what you like to do for fun.
So I work as an aerospace engineer. I work for the Boeing company, and for fun, I like to work out. I like to go hiking, camping, travel. I'll be going to Peru this coming week, and I've been quite a few places across the United States and in other countries. Yeah.
And
just
so,
got a puppy.
Yeah, she has the cutest puppy ever, which our whole team has amazing dogs. So that's totally something that you fit right in. Tell them a little bit about like your experience with Beachbody and why you decided to say yes to coaching now, because I think that's always good for them to be reminded.
Okay. I have been doing Beachbody programs off and on for a while. Me and my mom did 21 Day Fix several years ago, and then I've been really on the 80-day obsession train. I really love that workout, and I'm working with my cousin through that again. So we just finished phase 1 and we're moving on to phase 2. My why is more so just because I want to help other people, and I really get excited about other people getting on the fitness journey. And even before I decided to be a coach, I was always encouraging people to get on the program with me and work out with me. So I'm just excited to share it.
And the difference was, guys, I got her on the phone and we talked about it, which is a perfect lead into Audrey. I'm calling you out. So get your face back on here. Thank you so much, Kimmy. That was awesome.
You're
and
welcome.
She's a Hokie. So
yes, go Hokies.
Yes, yes, yes. Katie and Bree are as well, and Kate are as well. All right. I don't know what Audrey's doing. All right. Are you there? All right. So Audrey and I have spent a lot of time together the past week. And so she went to her first Super Weekend as well. And I wanted her to share a little bit about your experience with it and then maybe what's working well for you, because Audrey is in her 3rd month. She's 2 people away from helping earning her free ticket to Indianapolis, which Kimmy can work on as well right now because she's a new coach. So number one, super weekend, share your like takeaways from that. And number two, what's working well for you to hit Success Club and create success as a new coach?
So hold on, let me pause my TV. I am late because my Instacart delivery never came yesterday, so now I'm scrambling to catch up. So Super Weekend was awesome. I went with my boyfriend because he just like, I spend so much time glowing, as he calls it. So I wanted to like show him. He really just wanted to see what the community is like. So we went together. It was fun. It was a good energy. It was nice to kind of just see the more corporate structure of everything and the bigger picture and feel like a part of a bigger team. To be honest, it left me just feeling so excited for our team because, like, I mean, I think that there's a good support structure, I'm sure, but like compared to like having like Danielle and knowing people intimately as opposed to just being a part of a general Philly Facebook group, I think is so beneficial. Um and also it was fun to try like different shake flavors, and the recognition was really fun because like I got to stand up like for three things. So like that was cool. I was like, wow, I'm actually doing stuff. Um and yeah. Is there anything I forgot? That's pretty much everything.
Tell them what I made you
And
stand up for. Tell them what I made you stand up for.
Success Club starter. Because that's what I'm 2 people away from um this month. And but now it's more than that too because I'm going to hit Success Club 10 so that I can go to the carnival at Summit. So I just am waiting for it, believing for it, just trying to make myself available for the right people and changing up the way that I do it. I have like right now like 300 unread text messages on my phone. I am not a texter, so and I was like in this training it was saying you need to have 20 points of contact before anyone's gonna like trust you enough to buy what you're saying. And so that's kind of like a nightmare to me because that means I have to carry on as many conversations as necessary to hit Success Club because we all know like you can talk to someone for 10 seconds and they sign up, but I don't like the long conversation. So Danielle and I were sitting at the park the other day and we just like scrolled through our phone and went back and forth and voice followed up with people. Just, hey, it's Audrey, just, sitting at the park right now thinking about you. I have a group starting tomorrow. Like, let's get you plugged in. And it was so much easier and quicker and felt more authentic than sending like quick reply invites. And then last night we teamed up and talked to somebody who was interested in just being a challenger because I I'm just like saying to Danielle, like I talk to so many people, but I feel like I'm like throwing spaghetti at a wall and seeing what sticks. And there's no strategy to it. I liked sitting with her and being able to hear how she went through a conversation because she just spent so much like more time just getting to know my girl who's like, this is someone who I knew since I was like a little kid in kindergarten, and she just like the way Danielle talked, she just like told Danielle so much more information that was good as our conversation went forward. So getting someone on the phone, if texting isn't your medium, trying that out. We had a really good conversation and it did take a little bit of time. But Danielle was more than willing to do it with me and I was like, I'm sorry. And she was going to do it again with me tonight. So it's like no bother. And when you see just like how she goes through it, it's like, okay, wow, it's easy. And you'll end up spending so much more time just talking about regular stuff. Like, oh, tell me about your husband. Tell me about this, to build that connection because I'm always jumping to the final, like, so are you going to sign up or not? Like we've been talking a lot. It's like I'm like an aggressive online dater. So like, are we gonna go on a date or not? Like, because I was the same way. Like, I couldn't stand conversations. It's like, so you gonna join my team or not? But that's not really an attractive approach for a lot of people. So yeah, that's it. That's where I'm at this week, and believing for a Success Club pie before I leave for my trip, and then I'm hoping to have one of my coaches hit Emerald while I'm gone, so I can like go on vacation and then just like she hits it while I'm gone. That would be awesome.
No hoping, my friend. It will happen.
It will happen. It will. Yes. I can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah, so like the two things that Audrey was really struggling with was she felt like, I'm going to mute you so that we don't have background. She felt like she was doing all the things, right? Like, you guys know that there's a checklist, right? There's a check, and you guys, for new coaches, there's a checklist. Like, there's a guide, there's a roadmap to say these are the things that you should be doing to see success. But sometimes just checking off the box doesn't work, right? It's like when you're studying for a test and you think you study every single chapter, and then you go to take the test and you're like, WTF, like, what is this question? I have no idea how to respond to it, right? Coaching is not A plus B equals C, because we're a people business, right? And that's the beauty of what we get to do. It's about heart work. And honestly, being a coach has, and I know Bree can really attest to this because she actually got promoted this year because of the work she did on herself with personal development, which is one of the big things that we really talk about as coaches. It's that human component. That's what they talked about at our super weekend specifically. We had Michael Neiman there, who's one of the presidents of the company. And so he talked about how there's like this special magic that only each individual of you has. And that's kind of cool when you think about it, because I know like one of Kimmy's concerns of becoming a coach, she's like, I don't want to sell, right? I don't want to tell people you should do this. Like, but when you think about it, and I've told you guys this analogy multiple times, and this is what I told her too, it's like going to a good restaurant or seeing your favorite movie or going to that amazing show and you freaking love it. Like, you can't stop talking about it. How many people, raise your hand, saw on Instagram something about Game of Thrones last night? Okay. So why the heck is Game of Thrones all over Instagram stories, but not us sharing the shit out of 80-Day Obsession our way, right? Because you guys know we're not talking Beachbody terms outside of these team calls, because if you say 80-Day Obsession, guess what? Joe Schmo can go Google 80-Day Obsession, purchase, okay, but Kimmy told me about 80-Day Obsession, but I'm going to do it myself because I know how to do it. And we all know it's complicated AF. Look at the questions going in the hub. Like, people are not going to be successful on their own, right? They're going to be more likely to succeed with a community. So that's why I really preach glow juice. Like, I wish Marissa was here. I don't know why, but on the cruise, Marissa was like, oh, are you guys having your glow juice, to like other coaches? And they looked at her like, what is glow juice? Right? And you guys all know what it is, Energize, but I never say Energize. I branded it as glow juice because that's our team thing. And if you're on our team, you get what it is. So think about, as you are talking about our groups, I really loved on the National Wake Up Call today, she talked about her accountability groups as a sisterhood and as a family. And I want to continue to talk about our hub and our community that way, because I do, I mean, I've traveled and stayed with Brianna. Obviously, we were friends in college before, but Audrey has gone to Brianna's house and they never met before. That's freaking cool. Like, that doesn't happen in your regular job. So that human component, I think, is really special. And so what Audrey was really touching on is like, don't be afraid to tag me into your conversations, not because I'm better than you guys, but because it's the I do, we do, you do mentality. So like, I'll get on the phone with your first challenger and you, Kimmy, and talk through her objections, talk through her concerns, talk through her skepticism, so that you can register, oh, I need to ask more questions, or I need to listen more and not talk about me, because I know Audrey was struggling with that. Like, we're so excited about what we do, which is great, but it's not about you guys. You can talk about your journey on your social media all day long. But when you're in a conversation with somebody, it's got to be about them. And I really like getting on the phone because they get to hear your passion and your energy. And the voice messages are really great too, because you have less time to think about it. You just like do it, and you'll get better the more you do it, just like riding your bike. So one of the questions that Michael Neiman asked us is, how many of you on this call, okay, have met somebody who's incredibly valuable in your life because of Beachbody? You know, like that's pretty special again, and that doesn't happen always in corporate. Love, and I'm not telling you to hate your job by any means, because this is like the most, honestly, the most profitable part-time opportunity you can take on if you do it your way. But he talks about Beachbody making your world bigger. Like, we're all in different states: Virginia, Pennsylvania, Kate's in Georgia. I'm not sure where Grady is. She would have to comment and say it. But like, I think she's in New Hampshire, actually. But yeah, because she's, yes. Yeah, I got it. So like, that's so cool. We have like 4 states on here that I would have never met Katie or Audrey if I wasn't posting on Instagram. I would have never met Grady if it weren't for Christine Faulkner being a coach, because Claire was a coach. Like, that's 3 levels deep. That's like generational. So it makes your world so much bigger. And so when you guys think about, ooh, I'm too scared to post on social media, or I don't know if I should message this friend, or I don't know what they're going to think of me, it's not about you. It's about you giving people the opportunity to say yes to working on their health and fitness, to say yes to being a better version of themselves. Like I mentioned, Brianna's gotten a promotion this year because she worked here as a coach. And she freaking lost, like, Brie, how many pounds did you lose? 20 pounds on Ultimate Reset last month. Like, that's insane. Katie's lost over 50 pounds. Like, it's not, we can't hold back on how incredible this community is. And it's going to events like this that remind you that you're a part of something really special. And that's why I preach, get your butt to Summit no matter what. The other cool thing that I found at our super weekend was, like, they asked how many of you have a coach in a different country, because they're going to be announcing Beachbody launching in a different country again. I'm pretty sure it's Summit. So for those of you guys that don't know, obviously we're in the US and Canada and United Kingdom. So that's like Ireland, England. I don't know what other countries are in United Kingdom, but we're going across the pond. We're already there. So that's pretty freaking badass to think that we're just getting started, and you guys are at the bottom ground level, and you get to make it whatever you want it to be. If you want it to be, I want to just build a community of women that are just like me, that are freaking, I mean, half our team is all corporate badasses. You guys are like freaking bomb, you know? But you also want something more out of your life for a reason. And there's a reason that you're a part of this community, because it's making your world bigger than just your work, right? Because you guys are so cool. So I thought it was really cool that Michael talked about earning a living, making the world a better place. And I talk a lot about that in my posts, because while I do really love architecture, and I definitely cried today thinking about the Notre Dame being in flames. Anyways, I also know that I'm meant for something bigger, and there's a reason that you guys are in my life. So I'm kind of rambling here, but I don't know. Do you guys have any other thoughts about, as we push to Summit, and, anything else, Kimmy or Audrey, you wanted to add from events, or thinking about your why, or thinking about, what's going to propel you this week to show up and do the work? Or any of you. It's not to just them. You guys got nothing? Crickets? Audrey, I see you. I know you want to say
I'm
something.
trying to think of something deep and insightful.
I'm just looking through my notes. Well, I will say one other thing, because I don't want to keep you guys on here. But like, I'm seriously going through our team and our community and our downline and reaching out levels deep to people that I know would be incredible or are really active challengers, or I know just already love our community, and getting on the phone with them. And so I'm really passionate about building our team stronger and in a way that's really authentic. Like the National Wake Up Call today, I had so many ideas. Like, um, I shared it in the hub and Glow Diggers, so you guys should definitely listen to that. But she talked about doing like date night outfits as like a post every week. I was like, that's so cool. Like, even if it's a girl date, who cares? But things like that, you know, sending snail mail to your challengers and coaches, that's something I used to do a lot and I got away from. And I love that stuff. Like, I want to get back to the heart and soul of doing the little things, the things that seem seemingly insignificant, but really do matter. And I want us to like grow that ripple. So as you have new challengers come in, send them a letter in the mail. You know, be that different person. They didn't just sign up with you to get Beachbody on demand and say, peace out, I'll figure this out myself, right? So think about, as you finish April and go into this next month, what can you do to just like give that little extra love? Or text somebody and make them smile. And it can be a coach on this team. It's those little things that make us really special. And our team is freaking awesome. And I want us to continue to grow that with that integrity and that really heart work that we all really mentioned tonight. Did you have something, Audrey? I didn't want to cut you off.
I can't think of anything other than something just totally different from this book I'm reading right now, about the speed of trust, and it talks about how trust starts like with you, like trusting yourself, and like that's like such a weird concept. And the example in the book is, you know, waking up to work out. That's like literally the example he gives, and things like that. And like if you say to yourself like, I'm going to work out, and like going to bed with that intention, and then you wake up and you say, oh, it's fine, like I'll work out tonight, or I don't really need to. You're like breaking that trust to yourself, and you're like making that okay. So like making these commitments in like the 80 days, like is an example of that, of like, I'm going to do this, and like, or I'm going to stay consistent in my behaviors, and then doing it. Because if you say, oh, I want to be a superstar coach, but you don't do anything, you're like telling yourself that it's okay. Like that it's like that's like an acceptable route to get to where you want to be, but it's like not. And just stay, like, set your goal, know what you need to do to get your goal, and stay consistent. Even if you're left on scene 99% of the freaking time, which I think is so rude. Like,
What
you
do you
know,
mean by
just
left unseen?
left on scene from sending people invites and heart, like nice messages, like not even about Beachbody, but people just like ignoring me because they think I'm gonna, you know what I mean? They think I have bad intentions. But knowing that I'm building trust with myself, which will radiate, you know, by still pushing on, because I've made this commitment and this goal, even when it sometimes like really sucks. Even when waking up really sucks, the payoff is that you're consistent and the self-trust grows, and then it just radiates to other people trusting you. And no one's ever going to want to be on our team if they don't trust us. It's never going to happen. And so it's just like kind of the deeper reason why we're, you know, posting stuff every morning to show. It's showing that consistency. But that's why, not just because like, oh, someone wants to see your selfie every day. No, they want to know that like,
You're on a
you're
journey.
gonna act, yeah, that you're on a journey, and you're gonna hold them to theirs too, that you're for serious about it. So that's it. That I don't know why I just thought of that, but when you asked if I had anything to say, that's what popped into my head. So that's my closing remarks from out of freaking nowhere.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You should be having thoughts like that. Personal development is at play. So lean in, guys, is my message for this week. Lean in to the team, lean in for help. This is not like an I business. This is not like a me business. This is a we business. And I still don't know everything. So don't think you'll ever know everything. And if you do, like, come talk to me because there's a problem. So it's normal to just get frustrated sometimes, but that's the times where when you lean in, you're going to learn so much, like anything else in your life, right? When it's hard or it's frustrating and you're like, oh, embrace the suck and know that that's the way to success. And that's the way you're going to reach the people like all of you on this call to believe in something bigger, just like you do. All right. I love you guys. New coaches, get your training done this week. Let's knock it out of the park before you go to Peru. I can't wait to see your pictures, Kimmy. And I'm really proud of you guys. I'm really proud of Kimmy for being her first team call, and Grady. And let's go change some lives this week. All right, guys? And hopefully guest speaker next week. I promise. I'm working on it. Hope you guys have a great week.